I never thought I'd thank the woman who broke my heart. But the day she saw me sitting in the CEO's chair, her jaw nearly hit the floor. My name's Darren, and this is how karma turned my heartbreak into her biggest humiliation. When I first met Jane, I thought she was everything I'd ever dreamed of. She was funny, passionate, and had this spark that made every room light up when she walked in. We'd been together for nearly 3 years, and in that time, I'd built my entire world around her. We spent our nights watching old movies, planning trips we never quite took, and whispering about our future like it was guaranteed. Jane always talked about wanting more in life, finer things, luxury, and the kind of comfort that doesn't come easy. I admired her ambition until it started to swallow her. She began comparing us to everyone else. Her friends had rich boyfriends, designer bags, and flashy vacations, and even though I was working hard to build something real, she started to act like love wasn't enough. I should have seen it coming. The late nights out, the sudden phone calls she'd take in the other room, the perfume I didn't recognize when she came home. But I trusted her. Until one evening, she dropped the bomb. Jane sat me down, eyes glassy but rehearsed, and said, "Darren, I need stability. I can't live waiting for what might happen." I was confused. "What do you mean stability?" "We're doing fine," I said. But she shook her head and looked away. "There's someone else," she admitted, "and he's older. He knows what he wants. He can give me the life I deserve." Her words hit harder than any punch. She didn't even look guilty, just determined. She packed her things that night and walked out without looking back. I remember standing at the doorway, watching her leave, thinking, maybe I wasn't enough. But deep down, something inside me whispered, she just made the biggest mistake of her life. Months passed. I threw myself into my work. Every ounce of pain turned into fuel. While Jane flaunted her new relationship online, fancy dinners, beach photos, his queen captions, I focused on rebuilding myself. I stopped checking her social media, stopped replaying what went wrong. Then one day, everything changed. The small company I worked for merged with a major corporation. The CEO was stepping down, and they needed someone young but sharp to take over operations after the transition. That person was me. When I walked into that first official meeting as the new CEO, something in my chest felt at peace for the first time in months. Then I saw her, Jane. She walked into the conference room, arm in arm with the man she'd left me for. He was one of the investors. Her eyes widened the second she saw me sitting at the head of the table. The confident smirk she always wore vanished instantly. The meeting began. Every word I spoke made her shift uncomfortably in her seat. Every success I presented reminded her of what she threw away. When it ended, she lingered. "Darren," she whispered. I didn't know." I smiled. "Of course you didn't, Leah. You were too busy chasing stability." Her voice trembled. "You've really changed." "Yeah," I said, leaning forward. I finally learned my worth. A few weeks later, I found out she'd broken up with her older boyfriend. Apparently he wasn't as stable as she thought. She tried reaching out again, saying she missed me, that we could start fresh. But I was already done with that chapter. My revenge wasn't loud. It was quiet, dignified, and complete. She lost the man who would have given her everything for someone who treated her like an accessory. Jane eventually quit the company. She couldn't handle seeing me every day. And I moved forward, stronger, focused, and at peace. I realized the best revenge isn't destruction, it's elevation. You don't get even by sinking to their level. You rise so high they can only look up and regret letting you go. Because karma doesn't always scream. Sometimes it walks into the boardroom wearing your old smile. Never trade genuine love for temporary luxury. The grass isn't greener. It's just painted that way. This was my story. If you've ever been betrayed but came out stronger, like, share, and subscribe to SilkMirror for more real stories of heartbreak, revenge, and transformation.